Taping up the sharp ends of my tape measure Yagi by Paul, Mike 0 Whiskey November Uniform, or 26 Charlie Tango 730 if you catch me on 11 metres and PMR 446.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Paul, Mike 0 Whiskey November Uniform, or 26 Charlie Tango 730 if you catch me on 11 metres and PMR 446. Now, I can't fit this all under the camera and I'm at my bench at the moment. So, what we've got here is, if you can sort of see it, my tape measure Yagi that I built a while ago and successfully received one of the amateur satellites on. I do have a video on that on the channel somewhere. I'll just have to have a look for it and I'll pop a link up on the screen for you. So, what I didn't do is, the ends of this are obviously going to be very sharp and I didn't put any tape or anything over them. So, I do have a roll of tape and a pair of scissors. I was going to use heat shrink, but the heat shrink I've got is not wide enough, so tape it's going to be. So let's bring that onto the camera. I've got a roll of electrical tape. This is the sort of green and yellow electrical tape that you put around earth wires. I have to think about that for a minute there. Yeah, I shouldn't have to think about that. I'm electrically competent, although I'm not a qualified electrician, so which is a shame really, because that's a job I wouldn't mind doing. So, if I can get the end of this off, I'll just bring it under the camera so you can actually see what I'm doing here. So I'll just get the end of that tape off. So, pull a bit of that off. And what I'm going to do, snip a bit of that off like that. I'm looking at a screen with a slight lag, so it's hard to tell what's going on and what's not. And I'm going to put that over the end of there, like that. It doesn't have to be neat, as long as it's covering the sharp bit at the end. And that should stop anyone who comes near that getting cut to ribbons. So, I'm not going to bore you by doing the whole thing on camera, because it's going to take a while, because it's quite a large, cumbersome antenna, because it fills my entire desk and it doesn't even fit under the camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause and I'm going to do the rest. So I'll come back to you when I've done that. Okay, so as you can see there, I've taped up the ends. I'm just going to have to see how much of this I can actually get into the camera. This is going to be fun. And bearing in mind I'm looking at a display with a slight lag between what's actually being seen by the camera and what's not. So just on the end of there like that. That's the far end of the tape measure from inside the tape measure body. That's why there's a slight hole in it. So see how much more I can get under the camera. There we go. So yep, it's just on the ends, just so you don't get cut to shreds if you come into contact with that, because that would not be good. So that's sort of finished it off and repaired it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it down somewhere off camera. It's going to have to go on the floor, I think. Right, so I'll just go over to the back of the room a wee bit, and it's just on the floor now. I'll come back over to the bench. So this is the electrical tape I was using. It's came out of a pack of, I think it was about 5 rolls of different colours from Poundland. The tape measure I used to make the tape measure Yagi also came from Poundland. No surprises there. I do actually still have an intact one of those tape measures somewhere, but it's not in here, so I can't actually show you it. The only tape measure I've got is this one at the moment, and that's the one I tend to use every day, although I've got the other Poundland one which I use as well. I'm using a different microphone today as well. I'm using my wireless microphone setup, but I'm using the boom mic rather than the lavalier lapel mic. So that means it's just might have different audio quality to it. So that's just basically showing you that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the camera into the tripod, and then I can show you what I've managed to do in the whole shot, if you know what I mean. So I'll just move the camera, and then I shall show you that. Okay, so I've got the antenna down here with its sharp pointy bits all now hopefully made safe, because that's one of the things I hadn't done. Now this that's the reflector, this one slightly wobbly. I'll have to look at tightening that up, and you could probably notice one of the parts of the coax has come adrift as well, so I'll have to sort that out. But you can also see that it's all taped up at the end, so that when I'm doing that work and when I'm out using the antenna, hopefully it won't cut people or myself or anyone really to shreds or cause them injury, because we don't want that, and that would be a bad thing. So that would be nice when I can actually finally get out on the hilltops and see if I can do anything with it. So it'd be interesting to see how well that works. The tape measure used was from Poundland. I might have mentioned that. The electrical tape I put on the ends, that was also from Poundland. So you can pretty much get everything you need from Poundland if you're in the UK. If you're on the Isle of Man or you're in the Republic of Ireland, I believe Deals is their name for Poundland. So it's the same shop basically. So that's where you can get the tape measure and the tape from. The plastic tube I used is a overflow pipe from B&Q. So, and the hairpin match that's on it, was a piece of copper wire I had lying around. Anything from your junk box should work for that, although I'm not going to go into too much detail because there are instructions on how to make these antennas out there, and this is more about me just taping up the ends, making it look tidy and, well, safe really. So I'm going to crack on and repair it, and hopefully can get it working properly. And I was going to go outside and tune it today actually. I was going to film that, but unfortunately the weather's conspired against me, so can't actually do that today, I don't think, even though I do have an extra hour of daylight because the clocks went forward last night at time of recording. So right, so it's Paul, Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform, or 26 Charlie Tango 730 if you catch me on 11 metres and PMR 446. So don't forget to check out some of my other videos as well. If you like what you see, you can thumbs up and subscribe and ring the bell, you know the drill. I'm trying not to get too much into that now. So obviously I'm trying to film more for the algorithms, but you know, the thumbs up works for the algorithms as well, and so does the subscriber count, I believe. I think that's how it works. I might have got it wrong there, but don't quote me on that. So give it a thumb. If you like my videos, give them thumbs up, subscribe, and yeah. And if you're regular to the channel, then nice to see you again. Yeah. So. And I know that I've got a bit of a backlog of comments I need to go through. I've just not had time to do that because unfortunately other things have been taking priority most recently, given my current situation. So I've just had to sort the other things out first. So I'll have a look through the comments and try and respond to as many as I can over the next couple of days, if I can get some time to do it, because I think I've got other things on today as well I need to try and squeeze in. So 7.3s for now, and I'll catch you in the next one. So 7.3 guys.